So, Michelle, we are already mid 2026. I can't believe it. So, what are some of the job search strategies that surprised you or people should be using?
Absolutely. I'm actually going to cite two. I mean, we all know that looking online at job boards and company websites and customizing your
Hmm.
resume for jobs, that is a part of the strategy. It's really only 80, or sorry, it's really only 20% of the strategy.
Yeah.
80% of it is in two activities that are really centered in building relationships.
Hmm.
One is forming relationships with recruiters, reaching out to them, talking to them about the kind of vacancies that they have, and building those relationships so that you can be thought
Yeah.
of for jobs that they're advertising. So I'd say, like, working with recruiters is gaining more steam. The
Hmm.
biggest part of a strategy, and this is becoming, I'm going to say, like, really the biggest,
Hmm.
especially in 2026, is outreach. It's leveraging your network in order to do a few things. First of all, you can leverage your network and first and second degree connections, like use those immediate connections before reaching out cold. Reaching out cold is third degree
Hmm.
connections, is like the last strategy. But leverage your network to do two things in particular. First of all, when you are applying for jobs, reach out and see who in your network works at this
Yeah.
organization and would be willing to put in a good word for
Hmm.
you, flag your resume so that you get noticed. It takes you out of that big pile of maybe 1,000 people, puts you in a much smaller pile. So that's purpose number one for using the outreach and the network. The second reason is to get conversations at companies of interest
Yeah.
so that you can have a conversation about like what's going on, what are some of their challenges, what are
Yeah.
their priorities, what is it like to work there,
Yeah.
and you might actually uncover new jobs that way. Because I've been hearing, and Meher, you've probably been hearing the same thing, that recruiters, a growing number of recruiters and hiring managers are moving away from job boards
Hmm.
entirely. And they are either posting on the company website, or sometimes they're not even doing that. They're just leveraging the network
Among
internally.
themselves. Yeah.
So you want to be part of that conversation. How do you be part of that conversation? By reaching out to your network, get connected to people, get conversations, have your network open doors. And when I mention those second degree connections, a lot of people forget about those.
Yes.
These are people that your connections know. They stand in between you and
Yeah.
another person that
Yeah.
you might want to talk to. Ask that mutual connection that you know if they could open the door for you. Warm leads and open doors go a long way to helping people get interviews and helping them find out about jobs that they wouldn't have heard of
Yeah.
otherwise.
Yeah, I always tell people networking is very important. I got my first job through networking, but it took me 9 months
Yes.
of networking consistency to get referral. But
Yeah.
people, they want network like now. Like I met you now, Michelle, hey, you're hiring. Can you help me? And I tell them it doesn't work that way because people will help people they trust, and building
Exactly.
trust takes time.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love the word consistent that you use to apply to your own networking.
Yeah.
It's those consistent light touches that go a long way. Like I work with some individuals and they start reaching out to a few people and then they declare it a failure because they say, well, I'm not hearing back and it's not going
Mhm.
anywhere and I'm not getting any interviews. But like you said, you need to build that trust and you need to just be consistent. Like,
Yeah.
even if every week you made it a point to say, every day I'm going to reach out to somebody new.
Yes.
Like, that's all. It's just like light touches every day. That is going to go a long way to building your network, but also finding out
Yeah.
about other possibilities.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Again, thank you,
Yeah,
Michelle, for those great tips.
you're welcome.
Again, for the audience, if you have any more tips, you can leave them below. And tune in next time for another great question with Michelle.